Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. I am going to do your weekly reading for Taurus for the week of September 4th through September 11th. If you'd like a one-on-one with me, you know how to do it, karmaondeck.com. You can also find me on My Psychic One. We have some amazing talent coming on soon, so sit back and wait for that. There's some pretty fun stuff to be coming up. So let's see what's up with Taurus for this week, September 4th. Here we go. So you guys are the first this week, so let's see what plays out. Tomorrow's Wednesday. All right, here we go. Taurus, King comes up. Queen of Wands is the first thing that pops up for you. I'm also seeing the Eight of Wands. So those two side by side tell me that the first thing that's going to pop up for you is going to be workflow. You're going to be in a place of heading things up. Your money's going to flow pretty nicely after this because Queen usually is about mastery. Not quite King, not quite like sitting back, but this is definitely some work that's going to keep you busy. The Eight of Wands is like speed, like your schedule picking up, things filling those spots, not having a lot of free time. Ooh, and then there's the King of Coins. So this is all going to be in relationship to you having some money coming in, okay? The only cautionary statement that I'm seeing for this upcoming week is the Five of Cups. Now that showed up with us last week, and it's also a lot of Virgo energy where we're playing with what we should be focusing on, what we are planning for our future, and how we're playing out the decisions that we're making in this current phase. And right now how this is looking is you're taking a second look at what people are promising you. You're taking a second look at how people are showing up and whether their actions are really lining up with the things they promise and say they're going to do. And sometimes whenever someone makes a commitment or says they're going to do something for us, what happens is we have an expectation, and we've been disappointed enough times that we're starting to sit back and take a look. Right, Taurus? We're starting to pay attention a little closer to the vibe and how people are doing what they say. Next to that, you're saying, I'd rather wait. So with the Hangman, before you make any bigger decisions or any changes, I'm seeing the Hangman. So that recommends that you wait, okay? Or that you, that this is a waiting period, that all of this is going to show itself in due time, and you can just sit back and watch, right? We want to see how that all plays out. You have a King of Cups too, so that's telling me the relationship energy that you have going on is pretty big, but there's tension here. So this is the Hangman, or I'm sorry, the Judgment card. And the Judgment card in this one is a three-headed dragon, and there's an anvil and a hammer and a lot of shit going on. And this is where you, again, this week, continuing on from last week, there's tension to be had. And as we're playing with this energy, it feels like the weight of the world is on every decision. So you're cautious to say what it is you plan on doing. You're cautious to say, you know, what it is that you want from this relationship, because it feels like things could go either way. There's your Queen of Coins. I knew we were going to see that. So a lot of money is in play with you. So the Temperance card is showing up in this line for you. And what's interesting about that is the Temperance is referencing you are taking a hard look at how you're interacting with people. You're taking a hard look at how you're showing up in the relationship to cause things to be the way they are. That's a twofold, I don't want to say problem, but that can be really great, because the first thing in a relationship, and the only thing that you can be accountable for is yourself. So as you have the Temperance card, what you're doing is you're saying, okay, what have I done to create this? What can I do to fix this? However, there's a flip side to that. And I'm going to see here. Yeah, okay, so you are really, this is the Ace of Wands, and that has to do, like I always call it the minor to the major, the Magician. And that's being said, you have all the skill set necessary. You're just practicing with putting these new skills in motion, because it seems to me like you've changed your mind on how you want people to interact with you. Though, like I was saying, the flip side of the Temperance card is you being too critical, self-critical, and harsh on yourself. Like, just give yourself the pat on the back that says, I got this. It is the best you could do with the information at hand, the time frame in play, you know, the other elements that are affecting your decision making. And there's the 10 of coins. You're feeling pressure right here next to that. So you're feeling pressure to make decisions. You're feeling pressure to come up with a decision. You may have already decided the decision that you've made is the right one. However, you're going to wait before you put it in play. So you're pretty much holding your cards, waiting to see what's going to pan out for you and how. Okay, the 8 of Swords is you feeling a little overwhelmed. If you look at this, there's a sword every direction this person moves forward. Now, two things to notice: there's no lid on the box, and secondly, there's a blinders on this individual. So you're so frustrated with the pace and how things are going and the information that's coming in that you don't quite know yet that there's a solution other than what's in front of you. But just notice that there's no lid on this box. There's no true shackles to this individual. This is just the decisions that you're making and what little situations you've put yourself into, or others, or in your relationship with others. I do see the Sun card, which is good, a positive outcome. So basically what I'm seeing here is I have the 7 of Cups, and that's internal balance. You coming into, straddling that line between giving enough and giving too much, or, taking too much shit and allowing people to work it out. We do have the 2 of Wands. You're definitely sitting between two decisions here, and you're taking advice from everywhere, and you're trying to make the best decision from the information at hand. Your end result card here is the High Priestess. I love that for you because honestly, your subconscious mind is working 24 hours a day. Your intuition has already come up with the answers that you need. What you need is some time and space to think on, marinate, and really just pull together all the elements so that you can make a right decision. But it's hard to do with the kind of pace that you're keeping right now. But trust your intuition. The High Priestess is letting you know that you're right on time, that you're right perfectly where you need to be, and that your decision making, that you can trust yourself on this one. Anyways, I'm Karma. If you want a reading with me, one-on-one, 30 minutes is $60. You can email me here, or you can reach out on my website, karmaondeck.com. For those of you from My Psychic One, you can find me there, and either way, you know what to do. I am going to pull a card from Divination of the Ancients and give you a reading from there. For those of you on Babalao, I'm Karma on Deck Psychic, if you want to follow that channel. Oh, we're not even going to shuffle these like that because they're too big. This deck is so gorgeous. This deck has inspired me to create my own deck. Soon, that's the next plan. Okay, so here we go. Tea leaves. Okay, cool. That's pretty amazing. Let's look at tea leaves for you. Tea leaves says, whoa, I love this so much. This, even being a psychic all these years, I absolutely love how I see the universe show up, or how readings play with accuracy or follow through one deck to another, because I do use my Dragon Tarot deck for general readings, and I use my Mystic Dreamer for love and relationship readings, right? So I'm seeing different elements, but same story, and I always get the end result card is usually one of the same cards I highlighted in the reading before with a new deck. And interesting enough, Tea Leaves says Foresight, which was the end result card that you just had, which was the High Priestess. So just take note of that. So anyways, Foresight says, the Tea Leaves card brings you reminders of the old ways of soothsayers, who in time imbued with magic and mystery could capture a glimpse of the future in shapes that formed in one's cup. 'Tis the gypsy way. I think that's so cute. Now it's time for you to open your eyes and heart and explore your ancient bloodlines. Whether or not you have Romany blood, acknowledge the sacred work of your ancestors who will assist you from the spirit realm. Using foresight and inner knowledge, you will be able to read clearly messages and shapes of what's to come. So this is just a little analogy, right? So it's telling you to start looking at the spiritual side of your questions so that you can find an answer that's a little more in alignment with how you're living your life, and to live a little bit more authentic life by bringing in choices that keep you the happiest. I mean, and that's just with shifting, moving parts and knowing yourself. And that's where you had the Cups card, where it showed you having internal balance. So the work really starts there. And when you look at the Temperance card showing up in your reading, it's showing that you're doing your inner work. And that's truly all we can do. And then trust the universe to bring us and the others around us into alignment, because what's true, their work is their work, right? So there's an incantation that goes for you this week when you do your meditation. And it says, the truths presented to me in the tea, the old ways now help me to finally see. With eyes wide open, now I begin to understand. Resolved and healed, my time to rise is at hand. So there's your tea. I appreciate you guys. I will see you on the live later. And next week, I'll be back with your reading. So if you want to find me, you know how to do it. Have a good week.